What's going on, Lee Tribe? So today I am here to talk to my 10 tier, my 25 tier, even my 100 tier people who are stuck on these lower tiers. And if there's a time to get off those lower tiers, it's Q4. And the motivation that I have for this video, it just kind of worked out this way, is one of my really good friends who literally just started on Merch by Amazon about a month ago. She sold 24 shirts on the 10 tier in a matter of a couple of weeks. And she is so geek. She's been texting me like every other day. I just sold another shirt. Oh my God, I just got teared up. And she is so excited, you guys. And I thought I can use some of this for a video without obviously sharing her niches, but just to give you guys some inspiration, and I'll share with you some things that I told her. So it goes to show that in 2020, you still can sell quickly. And I'm so proud of her because she's tried so many things online, from AdSense to YouTube to niche websites. And this is really the first thing that she's gotten to work for her. So I was just setting her expectations and trying to keep them in check, just like I do with you guys. And I was like, look, you know, it's been 3+ years since I got in here. So keep your expectations in check. And she ends up selling about as many shirts as I did in the same amount of time when I first got into merch. So the first thing I think is very important when you're on the 10 tier, and I know not everybody agrees with this, but I think it's important to focus on the holidays, especially in Q4, because the demand for everything is going to be higher. And there's so many keyword combinations that you have to focus on. I'm going to give you a very, very specific example in a minute. So that's what my friend did. She sold a Halloween shirt first. That was one of her first shirts. Her first shirt was something she was very passionate about. It just happened to not be competitive. See, that's the other thing. Some people just get lucky that they are passionate about topics that aren't that saturated, and it just works out. But the second shirt she sold, and she's done the best with Halloween because she got in September. So I told her to start focusing on the holidays right away. And that's exactly what she did. And she sold a kid's shirt. You guys know I've killed it in the kids department. I showed that in the last video. Okay, so here's a chart that I put together, and maybe this will help you guys see holidays a little bit differently and maybe help you come up with ideas. So with any holiday, you will always have your elements column, okay? And so those are the related elements or things for that holiday. So if we're talking about Thanksgiving, that would be turkey, dressing, pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie, mac and cheese. All of these foods have sold on t-shirts in the past. So I'm not just throwing out random foods. These sell on t-shirts. For the second column, you will have the theme for the holiday. So for Thanksgiving, that would be thankful, family, hungry, or the love of food or whatever. That kind of goes with the different food shirts. And then for the third column, you will have the situational items. So that would be whatever is going on in the world. So for 2020, that will be social distancing, wearing a mask, staying 6 feet away, quarantine, all that stuff. So you could come up with an idea for a shirt that encompasses all of these things, because all of these things have done well on Amazon in the past. The idea is to come up with your own unique shirt. So you might do something like not staying 6 feet away from the pecan pie, however you want to say it, or not staying away from the mac and cheese, or 6 feet away, or whatever. The purpose of this shirt is you're playing up the idea about the 6 feet away, the social distancing, but you're also combining it with a food that has sold well in the past, and you're utilizing multiple keywords that have good searchability and they sell. So you can just do different combinations like that and get creative. Now, at the time I'm recording this, that idea about staying 6 feet away or not wanting to stay 6 feet away from food has not been done. Not sure what it's going to look like by the time this video gets edited and out there or whatever, but it has not been done. Another idea is to take one or two of these items out of any category and apply them to a different niche or profession or hobby or sport. There was one shirt that did really well, or a theme that did well. It was, I am thankful for my 4th grade students, or thankful for my 6th grade students. So you're doing a thankful, you're playing up on the theme, a thankful shirt for a 4th grade teacher Thanksgiving shirt. So you're combining all those keywords in one shirt. But the point here is you're utilizing multiple keywords that have sold in the past, but you're making it relevant to Thanksgiving. The next thing, this is what non-newbies don't do either. And people who have been in merch for 6, 8, 10 months, a lot of these people aren't doing this either. You have to pay attention to the competition for every idea you have. If you aren't typing in your main title phrase and looking and seeing how many results exist, you're shooting yourself in the foot. So if I want to do, let's just say, a leftover shirt, these shirts have done well in the past. Right now, at the time I'm recording this, there are 821 leftover shirts. That's not actually a bad number. Anything in the 5 digits, I'm staying away from. But if you can get it under 1,000, 500 or under is even better. The lower the number, the better. But you have to make sure these shirts are selling. So as of October 17th, they're starting to sell a little more. So by the time November gets around, these will be even more popular. And if that keyword has, let's say, 10,000 results and is too much, then think of another way to add a keyword in there to narrow it down. So instead of just doing a broad leftovers shirt, do a leftovers mac and cheese shirt, leftovers pumpkin pie shirt, some way to get those numbers down. Let's talk about pricing. I get a lot of questions about what should I price my shirts at as a newbie. I know a lot of people do the $14.99 and then when it sells, they bump it up. I have definitely done that. I don't think that's a bad strategy, but my pricing strategy does vary. If I am first with a very unique idea that's very well designed, I have no problem charging $20, $21, $22 for the shirt, especially if it's an adult. Now, a kid's shirt, I'm typically not going to do $22. But let's say you're uploading a shirt and there's a ton of shirts out there already like that shirt. And let's say those shirts are priced at $15.99. There's several of them out there with lots of reviews. And then here you come with a very similar shirt and you're pricing it at $20. You might as well look and see what the competition is doing and try to compete with what's out there. I do think the niche matters. There are certain niches where people will pay more. More passionate niches tend to pay more when there's less competition out there. People tend to pay more, but the hotter the space becomes, typically the price tends to go down. So you really do have to look at the competition and the niche matters. So there isn't one set price strategy. I hate it when people say, "Oh, you should never charge $21 for a shirt. Nobody's going to pay that." That's not true. It's not true at all. Or never price your shirts too low. No, sometimes it is helpful to price it low to get that sale and then you bump it up a couple dollars. I've done both and they both work. It just depends on the situation. And finally, standard versus premium versus hoodie. What should you be uploading? If you're on the 10 tier especially, I would only do standard shirts because standard shirts sell way more than any other shirt style. Even during Christmas, during the cold months, the standard shirts sell best. Hands down. Now, my friend, the one I was just talking about, she actually put her design that sold on a premium shirt. I asked her why she chose the premium. She said, "I just thought it looked better." But at the price she's charging, she could have used that same price for the standard and made $2 more. So the standard shirts also have better royalties. The other thing I've noticed with the standard shirts or the premium shirts is that they often cause a lot of returns. And I think it's because the fit is slim. So for a lot of women, they're like, "Oh, this is a little snug. I don't like the way this fits." So they return it. So that's another thing. And some people might say, "Well, why do you even select the premium shirts if you don't sell that many?" Well, once you get past like the 5,000 tier or whatever, you're just trying to fill your slots at that point. So it doesn't hurt. But if you're on the 10 tier and you have a limited number of slots, I think you should basically be filling them with the standard shirts. Now, the exception to that is, let's say you find a hoodie keyword that is not saturated and it's selling. And you're like, "Oh my gosh, people are searching for blank, blank hoodie and there are only 8 shirts out there. Let me get something out there." That's different because you have a reason based on research. But in general, standard tees outsell the others by far, as you can see from my results. And I upload premium with all my standard shirts, and you can see how often people choose standard over premium. Just the way that it is. That's it, you guys. Hope that was helpful. Leave me a comment if you have any questions. Good luck with Q4. Utilize that chart strategy at the beginning. You just have to practice with that. The more you do it, the better you'll get. And then when you have one shirt that sells, you scale it to pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie, corn, mac and cheese. That's how you do it. Good luck in Q4, and I'll talk to you in the next video.